Rimworld, and I don't know if I might quite made it clear last episode, but we're going to have the arena where you guys will fight to the death. I'll pick character names from the patrons, from the people in Discord, and obviously you guys when you leave comments, and we'll have you fight to the death. But the winner of the death fight will actually join the colony permanently, living amongst Alrang, the Everqueen, Jerry, King, and Diswaltney there. So there is a reward for it. I'm not just going to make you guys, because I'm a crazy psychopath or anything like that, fight to the death. No, just to be able to join the colony. You know, survival of the fittest out here in the Rimworld, and I need to make sure that we have some standards. That being said, I asked you guys to name the dog, and the winner was, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the winner of the name was Prince Owo. What's this? A good callback there. I approve of that one, don't worry. Okay, so we'll go over to our animals tab here, and we should be able to rename it apparently in this one. Edit. No, that's his costume. How do I rename the dog though? There is a way to do it. Let me hang on. I've never felt so betrayed. We can only have Prince Owo what? So instead, we'll just call it Prince Owo. That's pretty good. There we go. This animal's name is now Prince Owo. What have we done? Alright, so we've got a few things to do before we can really get into building our arena. First things first, food, water, some beds probably wouldn't go amiss. So I think in our first day, we definitely should get down the basics here and not really let too much time tick. So I think some nice wood floors wouldn't be too bad. No, I think that would be a bad idea. I think we need to go for more valuable things like a roof support in the middle of this base probably couldn't hurt. So roofs will be built automatically, assuming there's enough support for it. So say, for example, we go ahead and get our colonists to build the roof area here. We go ahead and tell them to do that. They'll give it a go, but they won't be able to roof over the whole thing because there's nothing to support in the middle there. And if they tried to build it, it would just collapse. Similarly, if they build these roofs and we mine out all this cave, this roof over here would collapse. So we do have to be somewhat careful when building these because our colonists could be crushed to death. We can see there's sort of quite a large area there. If we turn on show roofs, which is this button, you can sort of see where they can't actually roof over. So it's going to be all this area. So we'll go ahead and get them to build a roof support because I don't want them to be crushed. Where is that? Wooden roof support. That'll do it. This is a roof support submod. Otherwise, you'd have to put a wall there. This is just a nicer way of having your walls supported. Now, if you could stop eating, Alrang, and actually build what we need you to build, that would help. So they've got a shelter at least. It's not the best shelter, you know, it's filled with trees and bits of wood. So let's go ahead and next step, we want to build ourselves a nice little wooden floor. Now we could just go for like concrete. It's fast to walk on, cheap, quick to build, but quite ugly. So the attractiveness of rooms will make colonists like their environments or hate their environments. So obviously they don't particularly like living here. Beauty is minus 1.6, sorry. So they're not going to like living here at all, probably to do with all of these stone chunks lying around. So we'll have to deal with that one in a second. But for now, let's build some wooden floors. Warm, homely feeling. So I feel like that would give us sort of neutral beauty at least. Let's just build relatively square. Oh god, that's going to cost 1,000 wood. Really? Okay, change of plan. We'll just wood over this bit. This can be the house. This area can be the storage area. And then we'll also build a kitchen and things like that as we go. So we'll go ahead and wall just, what do we think? Wall straight down there? Yeah, that's probably not a bad plan. We'll go like that. We will let this one be the storage area itself. We're going to wall across here. We'll build a little entrance into this way here. And we'll build a little hallway as well. Just because I feel like it's probably the best plan. Each one of these can be one of their rooms, right? So we'll build, you know, walls across here. So that's, how long is that? 16 into 4. Well, that would mean that they have 4 each, assuming we actually start from 4 down there. So we'll give them 4 by, what's that, 8 rooms. That seems fair to me. We'll just go ahead and brick all the way along there. Now, depending on the room size, they can get pretty annoyed. We're going to have to hollow out the mountain here because my maths is apparently pretty appalling. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Right, that's fine. So, again, depending on the size of the rooms, they can be happy or quite sad with it. Obviously, if they're in a tiny little cramped room, they're not going to be best pleased. But this is a relatively decent-sized room, actually, to completely start the game off with here. So it's not too terrible, I don't think. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that and instead build some walls there instead. There we go. So you've got a little hallway leading to each one of their rooms. Everybody gets a separate room. You can have them all share a room, but then it will be classed as a barracks rather than a bedroom, which is fine. But what is that they've been forbidden from using there? That wall, apparently. Which is fine, but if we do that, then they do get a little bit annoyed from obviously sleeping in a barracks rather than having their own bedroom. And over time, that will degrade their mental health, and then Jerry King will go and burn the whole place down. So we don't really want that to happen too much. I'm actually going to set this as a little, like, foyer, a little entrance there. This can still be our storage area, and this can be our living area. We're going to sort of make it this large, I'd say. We'll build another little sub-wall. My planning is going to go all over the place here, so bear with. You can actually plan it out, but I kind of find it easier to do it with the blueprint tool, to be honest with you. And we'll sort of do it up to, like, what do we think? Probably up to there, so it's parallel with that. There we go. So that's going to be the entrance to the storage area. We'll also build another little entrance here and there. I might even go as far to say... No, it'll help trapping the heat if we keep that hallway. So we will keep the hallway there. Heat is another thing we have to balance pretty efficiently. We have to be quite careful with that. Otherwise, they will freeze to death in the winter. Or, actually, we live in a permanent summer here. So we have to worry about the cooling. So, you know, we could build vents in this big, long hallway and vent their bedrooms into the hallway and have the heat carried out that way. You'll sort of get used to it as you go along. All right, there we go. We're off. I just thought I'd finish up the last of that little bit there. So we're going for a relatively square building. Makes the most sense to me. And there they go. Holy shit, they're doing it so fast. Now, obviously, we don't need that roof support anymore now that we've actually built some walls there. So I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct that. We'll replace it with some wooden floors instead. They can't build floors below roof supports, which is a little bit annoying. You do have to build those first. So it can get a little bit ugly if you're not careful. So that's going to be our little entrance area, a little foyer, if you will. That's where our visitors can stop. We can put a couple of beds in there as like a little visitor's room. Have we got enough wood? Oh, that could be a problem. Jerry King and Elrang, apparently outside stargazing, as they were quite classically known to do. We're going to have to get you guys to chop some wood down, if you don't mind. Now, was it a good idea planning out the whole base on the first day, rather than, you know, building beds, building refrigeration for our food? Probably not. But honestly, I'm sure they can slum it for a day and not worry about too much of discomfort. I think they'll be fine. So, we've got some different beds, some different furniture we can build here. We probably want to go for just regular wooden beds to start off with. So, we'll go ahead and put those right in the corner, just so it gives them more room. Now, I'm not sure how it works anymore, but it used to be in Rimworld, if you built the beds in the middle of the room, they thought the room was bigger because they had more space around them. But I'm going to build it just in the corner because that makes more sense for a friggin' bedroom. Instead, let's push them actually right up into the corner here, right on the far side. There we go, that looks pretty good. Now, what we can do is we can build things like dressers as well. So dressers, if you put them next to the bed, will give them more comfort. That's just a little bonus of those there. So we'll put one of those in each room as well. And using up a shit ton of wood. Let's deforest the entire rim. Alright, that should be pretty straightforward. Now, if you guys want to... Everqueen? Just go and stargazing as well there. Watch out for that cassowary. Can you guys actually get to work? I feel like I set them too much of a lap schedule here. Yeah, this is the first day, so we're just going to go ahead and have them working all the way through the night. That's it. Back to business. Chop down those trees. Now, they should continue mining this out, and obviously that's going to take them a long time because we don't have any particularly good miners. Prince Owo, sleeping in the lobby there. Good choice, Prince Owo. And we need some doors as well. That's one thing I did forget about. That's structure and door. And we'll sort of put it, I suppose, at the bottom of each room. Just give them, again, the most room that we can give them. And we'll put those guys there and there. And then entrance to the main storage area there and there. Perfect. So this will act as our kitchen. Now, what we can do with that is we could have... You know what? I'm actually going to cordon a little bit of the storage area off for food. And by a little bit, I mean almost all of it here. This could be our freezer. This will be our kitchen. We'll have our sort of dining room, living area, and then bedrooms over here. We can expand these as we go. This will be the main storage area for, like, iron, stone, wood, that type of crap that we don't necessarily want to be kicking around in the usual places. Now, it looks a little bit ugly because we've got, you know, these blueprints everywhere, but it'll come together soon. Actually, we need more wood than that, don't we? Right, if you guys can go ahead and chop some wood as well. Now, I've got a mod called QualityBuilder. So, normally with beds, with dressers, anybody who can build will build them. However, with QualityBuilder, it'll wait for the best builder to come over and build them because that gives them the highest quality. So when we build them, you'll see that they're assigned a different sort of rarity. So you might get a really shoddy wooden bed, or you might get a good wooden bed, depending on the skills of the builder. And I think Jerry King is our best builder, obviously. He did build the pyramids, so I imagine he is our best character for that. Let's take a look here. What has he got? Yeah, he's got 17 construction. So he's going to be the boy in charge of building the actual, you know, furniture, the important stuff that is affected by quality. We got a nice little front door there. Good work, team. Got ourselves some wooden floors there. Now, they're going to traipse in mud because obviously they're coming straight from the outside here. So what we can't do is build some doormats. That's part of the mod as well. But what that will let them do is wipe their feet before they come in and not bring mud into the house, which is quite nice. It means they don't have to waste so much time cleaning up then. Put that one there. So this, again, like I said, this is going to be our freezer. Now, we will need to find a way to vent that out. So there are a couple of ways we can do that. Minor break risk too. Oh, shit. What's wrong with Everqueen? Are you alright? Uncomfortable. 8 without a table. Obviously, that's insane. I had to eat a meal off the ground. I can't believe it. I'm sorry I've treated you this way. I like that eating without a table is almost the equivalent of sleeping on the ground. Personally, I wouldn't say they're even close, but I guess that's just me. Insulted? Somebody insulted the Everqueen, okay. Unsightly environment, understandable. Darkness, well, we haven't got any electricity yet, so we'll need to sort that out later. Filthy, because she hasn't had a shower in so long. And recreation deprived. Okay, we need to actually build them things to do, because they're getting a little bit bored, I suppose. Understandable. Diz Watney called Everqueen a raider. That sounds like Diz, won't it? You racist. Diz courted Diz by making an observation about fruits. Oh, so he tried chatting her up about fruit. That's my pickup line, personally. At which point, obviously, she turned him down, and then he called her a raider. He's a nice guy, Diz, won't he? Elrang and the Everqueen chatted about the weather. That's nice. And then Prince Oh softly nuzzled Everqueen. Oh, whoa, what's this? Notice his bulge. The fact that that's an actual dog makes that a little more morally questionable. Alright, we'll start working on the storage room. Now, again, I think maybe working on the bedrooms would be a nice priority, but I have sort of planned this out a bit willy-nilly. I should have waited for them to build that first rather than building this. But, you know, that's fine. So what Dismorton is mining over here is some components. Or it says compacted machinery. But as we mine that down, it will turn it into components we need to use to build machinery and things like that. So that's very, very useful. That's generally one of the most important things to find on the map. You can see we've got some there as well. And we've got some down there. Let's look for some more. So what have we got? We've got uranium ore there. Useful for nuclear power. It's also a very, very dense metal, so good for building fortifications, things like that. You don't have to worry about the radiation exposure or anything. We've got lots of compacted steel in these caves. Now, you have to be careful with caves, because you can get some pretty horrible bugs spawn in there that will fuck you up a little bit. We've got plenty of compacted machinery. Holy shit, there's shit tons of it on the map. We've got some buildings here that we could demolish. What are they made of? Marble walls. We've got steel walls there. That would definitely be worth demolishing. Granite walls, marble walls. Elrang, major break wrist. Okay, he's going to have a major mental breakdown. What's up with him? Tired, recreation deprived, ugly environment, darkness. Okay, then. I think what we want to do... This is my mistake. I've done this completely out of order. What we need to do is we need to have some of our colonists chopping wood pretty ASAP. We need to focus our priorities then on the wooden beds. So if we can get ourselves the lovely Jerry King. Oh, we still need wood. All of our wood went straight on construction, eh? I've got to think of how we're going to do this without actually pausing the game and having Elrang go nuts. You know what? Let's just let them have the day off. I've been pushing them pretty hard. They're only getting 6 hours of sleep a night. No recreation. So we'll go ahead and switch this around a little bit. There we go. A few more hours of sleep. A little bit more relaxation there. It is 10 a.m. Or 10 p.m. I should say. So let's let them go and have a sleep. Where's he going? Elrang? Washing. He's going into a river to wash himself? Where is he washing? Oh, in this swamp? Really? Okay, he's going to the marsh to go and give himself a nice wash. Good for you. What is that over there? Uranium ore. Okay, more of it. That's pretty good. There we go. It's passing by Capybara Base 0. Ground 1. He's had a nice wash in the swamp, and now he's asleep. Oh, Elrang. What a character. 6 a.m. and everyone's awake, working already. I wasn't expecting that so fast. Jerry King there. Really working on getting this place hollowed out as quickly as possible. He's really into that, isn't he? Good for Jerry King, you know. Nice to have a hobby. Now, I would prefer it if you had a hobby that involved chopping down trees here. Although Elrang and Diswaltney are working on it. Elrang's feeling a lot better today. What's up with you, then? Very low expectation, initial optimism. But I think it's just because he's had a decent amount of sleep. Yeah, he's not below that first bar quite yet. So he's feeling a little bit happier. The Everqueen, what's going on with you? Her mood is going up there. It's almost just below the very, very lowest point there. She's just eaten as well, which is going to make her feel a little bit better. Now, Orange isn't too bad. We can see at the side here that they're still at a risk of a minor break there, minor mental breakdown. A little bit worrying, but if that happens, it'll only be something minor. So, for example, they'll just have a sad wander, or they'll sulk and refuse to work, things like that. You know, it's nothing major. No one's going to get stabbed. At least, maybe not yet. She might stab Diz, won't if he keeps talking the way he is. Need colonist beds. Again, I agree. That's probably the first thing you should ever do. But that doesn't matter too much. We've got a nice base to make up for it. Hunter lacks a ranged weapon. Well, we can't do much about that either, short of buying some later on. Or making our own, I guess. We need defensive. You've been here some time and will be... probably have been seen. Pirates raids will start soon. Okay. So, how are we going to deal with that? Well, honestly, I think we're just going to build some embrasures and hide behind it, some sandbags, things like that. It's a bit too early for traps for turrets, but later on that will be pretty much what we're going to be relying on here. Especially as I imagine a lot of our colonists are going to die a horrible, horrible Colosseum-related death. Alright, let's expand our storage area actually into the storage area then. We'll just go ahead and do that. That looks a little bit nicer. We'll delete that one. Alright. Now, we do need to set up the rules for our storage area, so we don't really want rotten or fresh foods being in there, or any foods at all, really. We'll go ahead and untick that. Not allowed corpses, that makes sense. But they can have pretty much anything else. So, building materials, any apparel, so shirts, weaponry. We've got items there, which are just sort of Misc stuff, body parts, artifacts, that type of thing. Raw resources are going to be our actual building materials, and then manufactured is obviously like cloth, things like that. So that can all go in there. We don't want to worry about that too much. What we do want to worry about, though, is food supply, because we have no food source at all right now. And I imagine we're quite quickly running out of meals. Yeah, we've got, what is that? 9, 16. We've got about 22 meals left. Is that really it? Well, that's not good at all. I imagine the dog's sort of been devouring a lot of those down, I will admit. Prince Owo, what's this? What do you like? We got a pet chinchilla. Look, watch him. Look at this man. He just ate our survival meal. I mean, obviously he's got to eat, but it's a little bit annoying that they can't hunt for themselves or anything like that. Nice, we're getting some wood. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, we do need a little bit more, though. Right, that should be enough. I feel like we got a pretty decent amount there. So we've also got things like steel slag chunks here, and those can be refined down into actual steel later on. Oh, God, major break risk. Oh, God, shit. Jerry, what's up? Jerry King? Nuzzled? Oh, that's kind of sweet. Cute animal nuzzled me. Need the bathroom. Oh, shit. Yeah, we've got to worry about hygiene. So I've actually unintentionally made this mod a lot harder by adding the hygiene mod. I feel like it fits into the game very well, but you need to worry about sewage, plumbing, you know, that type of thing. So what we can do, if we go to hygiene/misc, build ourselves, hygiene? There we go. Let's build ourselves like a latrine, just a really crappy old latrine. We'll sort of build it out the way a little bit, so there is a little bit of privacy there. We'll build ourselves a wash bucket as well, so they can at least keep themselves somewhat clean. We'll put it around the other side of the latrine there. Nice. Primitive well. Accesses groundwater, so let's see what groundwater we have available. We do have a little bit near our base. That's very lucky. I wasn't really basing it on that. We have a pretty decent amount that we have access to there. Now, water pump, I assume we'll do the same thing. Pumps water from wells and water houses. Oh, so we actually have to build the well, like the water well. Right, got it. And then we pump it up with that. And I imagine that'll all take electricity. So for now, we probably want ourselves a primitive well there. And we'll go ahead and put it sort of here because there is access to some of that. Now, the downside to that is it could be filled with parasites, disease. So we will have to purify it eventually, or boil it or something like that. But for now, it's kind of the best we can do. It's at short notice. I mean, we don't even have beds, so you guys are going to have to chill out. Elrang is almost about to go completely fucking nuts. What's up, Elrang? There's a panther just casually wandering by. That's nice. Elrang needs... recreation starved. They need something to do. He's also very tired as well. Slept on the cold, slept outside. If they're quick... Look, we've got so much wood. If we're quick, we can get these beds built. And in fact, Jerry King, my good boy, I'm actually going to get him prioritizing the bed. So if we right-click on the bed here, prioritize working on wooden bed. There we go. The floors don't really matter that much, I will be honest with you. Let's prioritize working on wooden bed. This Waltney, prioritize working on wooden bed. And who else we got? Elrang. Let's get you prioritized working on wooden bed as well. So they're going to haul that stuff over to it and at least deliver the resources. They won't build it themselves, but then Jerry King can come over and finish them off there. Nice, there's one. He created a wooden bed masterwork. Holy shit. I feel like that's the best quality you can get. That's insane. Wow, we got really lucky there. I think masterwork actually might be the second best. I think the legendary is the best one. But that's still really cool to see that he's actually managed that. Okay, prioritize construction wooden bed there, Jerry. There's two. Visitors have arrived. They're afraid to enter your territory for the following reasons. No guest beds. So, do we want to accept visitors? They'll come and stop with us, live with us, eat our food, things like that. Let's refuse them until I have guest beds. Otherwise, it's going to make our lives a little bit more difficult there. Okay, there's 2 beds built. Oh, he's working on the last one. Nice. Okay, 4 beds. That's good. I was a little worried then for a second that we were going to have someone have a mental breakdown because obviously we didn't have any beds. I assume they're pretty comfortable though, aren't they? Spacious interior, need the bathroom, disturbed sleep, because obviously we've got people coming in and out. Jerry King's running around, building his usual shit. What's he doing? Washing? Can I just get you to build this bucket instead? That would seem like it would save us a whole lot of time in the future. You know, because Jerry King's kind of alright, you know, he's in his yellow tier there, which isn't terrible. I'm actually going to have him work on the toilet and work on the wash bucket there. Now, because it's a latrine, it'll have to be manually emptied, which obviously isn't ideal, so someone's going to have to do that. It's going to wake up this Waltney by running past the absolute unit. Awesome. A nice night's sleep. The first successful night's sleep in the Rim. And it's 4 AM, bright and early, and apparently everyone's awake already. I wasn't really expecting that. So, the first thing they're doing, waking up, they're having some breakfast, giving themselves a wash, using the latrine, you know, things like that. Look at their moods now. Holy shit. I can't believe that worked so well. So Elrang's actually probably going to be way past the lowest tier. If we take a look, yeah, look at that. His mood's going to be incredibly good. So it takes him a while to get there, so you do have to be somewhat careful. Awful barracks. So like I said, it's counted as a barracks because we haven't got any dividing walls yet, but we're working on that in a second. Holy shit. This is what I've been waiting for. So it looks like you'll be here for a while. Diz thinks you should give your faction a name. What should it be called? The Itracount Dominion. So this is the one thing I'm going to name this entire series. The rest is up to you guys. We're going to call it the Crusader Kings. And this settlement in particular, so you can have multiple colonies under the same factions. That's actually the name of our sort of squad. So these are the Crusader Kings. What do we want to call this settlement in particular? We're going to call this one... wow, what's been like an important province throughout the many series that we've had? Well, I think I'm going to go with the Ascension, because Elrang ascended to becoming a god. Everqueen ascended to becoming an unstoppable chosen warrior of the gods. Jerry King was also a god, and Diz Waltney was the Eternal President, so essentially a god. There we go. Crusader Kings. It's now known as the Ascension because you, the patrons and the viewers, are going to ascend from the shackles of peasantry, your scum-filled lives, and ascend to becoming one of the Crusader Kings, living amongst this paradise. Honestly, look at it. It's a paradise. It's not finished, but it is a paradise. Oh, they've actually got bedrooms being built as well. That's incredible. Now, I can't help but notice Diswalt is actually cleaning up the house rather than doing important stuff, so I guess we're going to need a little bit more wood then. There we go. We've deforested most of this area now. And we are going to want to start building, as it says, security, things like that eventually. Jerry King is actually fucking ecstatic. Look at this dude. He's all the way up there. 68%. That's incredible. So we could probably want to build some walls down here and there, you know, some fences or something like that, and, you know, fill them with turrets. Get some sandbags so we can actually defend our base. We might even expand into this area over here, because honestly, this area is pretty well cordoned off as well. Build a little wall across there, and open all this up for us. And if we look carefully, we've got a geothermal generator there, or a steam geyser, I should say, which we can use to actually, you know, build geothermal generators and power our colony. Which, speaking of which, should be the next thing we actually do. So, what do we need to build that well? Have we not done it? Oh, just 25 wood. I suppose they're still working on the actual base itself. Nice, there's one bedroom completely finished there. We missed the floor by the door, but that's okay. We can get that built. There we go. Nice. So that's 2 bedrooms almost completely finished. We've got some glass shards or something in there. Not sure how we've managed that. This is looking good. We've actually made a really, really good start. Now, we're filled with sandstone chunks, and those are obviously very ugly, and sort of what you will generate when you mine things away. So instead of having sandstone chunks everywhere, we're going to create a dumping zone. So dumping zones are for, you know, corpses, rotten things, sort of things that you don't really want to see, things that will generally take up room around your base. So what we can also use that as is a nice little defense for slowing them down. So we're going to create this area, turn it into a dumping zone. Fill it with corpses, the corpses of our enemies. Fill it with rocks, things like that. So if anything tries to attack us from this area, they're obviously going to get pretty stuck. Do we want to allow fresh, organic things in the dumping zone? Probably not. We'd prefer them to be in our freezers so that we can butcher them and actually turn them into meals. Diswaltney, going to work on the well there. Diswaltney, I have a feeling your building is actually terrible. Like, oh no, 10, okay. They did build an empire, I suppose. My mistake. Mad rat. A local mad has gone rat and will attack everyone it sees. Okay, keep an eye on that rat. Are we all armed? We should probably deal with this rat before it gives one of our colonists the plague. So, Elrang, we're going to have him attack anybody on site. Wait, he doesn't have a weapon. Okay, Elrang, I've changed my mind. You are going to, if you see an enemy, flee. Everqueen has a gun, so she is going to be on duty here. She's going to be set to, let's take a look, attack enemies. We're going to draft her as well, which allows her to, allows us to manually control where she's going, because normally you can't set their routes, right, because they'll do it manually. But when they're drafted, we can move them ourselves. Now, where's this rat coming from? He's coming from over here, isn't he? Where the hell is he? Oh, he's over there. Shit, look, there he goes. A very small blip. Let's move her up here. Let's get behind this rock. Don't shoot the panther, for fuck's sake. She's taking aim. Can she deal with the rat before it gets here? There it is. This is going to be the fight to end all fights. She missed. Everqueen, come on. You did so good with those fireballs. She killed it dead. Game of the year. So that was our first major battle. Let's go ahead and consume rat corpse. Let's just prioritize hauling it. How about that? We go ahead and take that to our freezer. Now, we haven't actually really established a freezer yet, so we go ahead and clear all, prevent that from having genes and, you know, iron and crap in it. We'll allow foods and we'll allow corpses, but not all corpses. We want to actually change that. So, human corpses, maybe not. Mechanoid corpses, those are like robotic enemies. No, because we want it. This is things to be frozen. So we will allow animal corpses, no insects though, because if you butcher and eat insects, the colonists are a bit put off by it. Everything else is fine. Laboratory retriever corpse might be relevant when Prince What's This goes a bit crazy and we end up having to butcher him. We've got water supply, we've got toilets, we have washing facilities, almost fully finished bedrooms there. This is awesome. So what we're going to do is going to have them haul urgently all of these stone chunks that are actually kicking around our base. I'd rather those weren't there, to be honest with you. Diswaltney has nothing to do. Oh my god. So Diswaltney has built himself into a wall. Why has he done that? Not entirely sure. Let's prioritize him mining the sandstone and freeing himself. You absolute fool. Now, it's still running slowly because we were in combat there. So when we get into combat, you're limited to speed 1. Something I imagine a lot of you would like to see in Crusader Kings. Alright, Diswaltney's feeling a little bit down, probably because he was trapped in a wall for a while. I imagine that's a pretty tragic experience. Although it was his own fault, so I can't really fault him too much. The base, I don't know if you notice this, is an absolute mess. Look at this. There is dirt everywhere. Diswaltney's going to have to share a bedroom, technically with Jerry King, because they are sort of in the same bedroom there. The Everqueen, oh yeah, she sort of is as well. Elrang's the only one that got a room to himself, but you know what, it's Elrang, so I feel like that's worth it. Luxuriantly comfortable. Initial optimism, very low expectations. Awful, still counts as a barrack? Oh right, that's from yesterday, from where he had to share his room with everyone else. But now he's actually fine. Diswaltney wants a midnight snack there. I like that he went through the Everqueen's room. Oh shit, he's just awake. Oh no, hang on. One of them, from what I recall, were they not a night owl? Was that not Jerry King that was a night owl? Yeah. Okay, my mistake. That's me being an idiot. So what we want to do then, let's think about this a bit more sensibly. We want to have Jerry King working at nighttime while everyone else is sleeping, because that way at least things are still getting done, you know. Food can still be prepared for the morning. You know, he can work on construction projects if he has to. That'd probably piss him off a little bit, but you know what? While everyone else sleeps, Jerry King plays. By which I mean Jerry King's at least awake. So we'll give him, what is that? How many hours of sleep are we giving him there? That seems way too much. That's like 11 hours sleep. Okay, he'll start work at 6 p.m. And then we'll have him working from 6 till 6, recreation, and then there is 9 hours sleep for him. That's a quite generous amount, I feel. That's a pretty decent schedule, and he's going to be awake mostly during the night time. They're not completely, because there aren't that many nighttime hours. But, that should keep him happy, you know? At least happier than he has been already. That's my fault. I completely forgot about that. Let's take a look at the outliner over there on the right-hand side and see what we actually need. So Hunter lacks range weapons. That's relevant. We can ignore that one. Need defenses. Again, irrelevant. We've got Everqueen, the crack shot. Shot a rat from 50 yards away in a T-15 back home in Toshi Station. She's got dangerously low food. So that one is actually kind of a major concern, funnily enough, because we don't want to starve to death. We've got berries that we can harvest, or animals that we can hunt. We probably want to start a farm, because that will give us a constant, decent supply of food. So not too much of a bad plan. Need recreation variety. There are only 2 different recreation types available. Social and solitary. So we actually need some games or something like that for them. You know what? That's a fair point. Why don't we build a horseshoe table and also a billiards table as well, or maybe even a poker table. Oh, that needs cloth. That also needs cloth. Okay, so just the horseshoes for now. We'll put it over here, I suppose. We'll put a couple just so they can all play together, and we don't have to worry about congestion on the horseshoe pins there. Go ahead and get ourselves a lovely little chess table as well. Who needs a dining table when you can play chess outdoors in the horrible heat? Oh, it's only 10 degrees right now. You know what? For a permanent summer, 10 degrees doesn't seem that bad. Let's prioritize getting someone working on that pretty straight away. So, chopping wood. Telling lies. Okay, there we go. So we can actually chop this wood over here. The reason we can't chop these ones, they're not grown yet. So if we chop those down, it's not really going to work very well. You won't get much wood from them, so it's better just to leave them for later on. You can actually tell them to chop them down, but again, you won't get enough from them to make it worthwhile. So I think we probably don't need much more wood at this point, right? We need to finish off Jerry's bedroom there. We need to finish off Diz Waltney's bedroom and the Everqueen's wall there as well. But that's it besides that, so we're pretty much free to actually start work on the main colony survival stuff, which is pretty nice. I like that my priorities were in the right place. I feel like getting these nice bedrooms with their dresses in place before, you know, refrigeration, food sources, water supply. This is how you should play Rimworld. On the edge, dangerously. Alright, that's pretty good. And we've got floors in place there. We could do with cleaning this up a little bit. It is a little bit of a shit tip. We do need like a dedicated cleaner or something along those lines. So this is going to be our storage area. So why don't we go ahead and just cordon it off. Do that instead. Put a single door there. Nice. So again, entrance area, we'll have this to be our living area, dining room style thing. This can be our freezer. Now, we do have to worry about how the freezer is going to vent out heat. Because if we've got coolers, you know, going into the storage room, that could get quite hot quite quickly. So I think what we'll do then is go ahead and have ourselves a little bit of a sort of ventilation area. Now, what's got a roof to it? We need to get it somewhere where that's not roofed over. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit annoying. Is this Oh, constructed roof. Right. Oh, this is constructed roof? Okay, well, that's easy then. We just simply remove the roof here and then have it ventilate out, you know, through like a chimney style thing, right? So we'll remove roof area from here. Now, is that going to leave mountain below it? Probably. Now, mountain you can't remove because it is a mountain, so we don't really have the technology to be removing that. But we'll give it a go. Jerry King's going to sleep because obviously he is a night. I will get the Everqueen just to give this a go. See what that's like. Remove the roof area for me. What is that now? Brightly lit. Oh, shit. So that is just the outdoors. That's awesome. Okay, can you go ahead and remove all that roof so we can build a freezer? Everqueen. It's because she's prioritized to actually haul these things rather than doing construction there. So that is just an open area now then, eh? Hey, that's really good. Alright, so what we can do is we can just ventilate out straight into that. I was worried that we would have to dig all the way around to an opening here and vent the heat out that way. Don't have to worry about that at all. Right, so what we'll do is mine all the back of the fridge out and just put some coolers out that way. Sweet. So because I've set that to haul importantly, urgently, I imagine they're doing that first. So yeah, what we're going to do then is we're going to stop Jerry King doing that. We'll just have Elrang and the Everqueen hauling these stone chunks out and actually keep Jerry King on the construction work there. So we're just going to have him put that back down. There we go. And that should take no time whatsoever. Okay, we had an event. Psychic Soothe. Every colonist of the male gender smiles with contentment. So there's some weird machines, some engines sending out a signal, radio waves, maybe psychic energy, whatever, however you want to look at it. And it means that their mood is going to be better. There's something making them happier. Now, because we made L rank psychically sensitive, that's going to be doubled for him. Look at his mood. It's going to be insanely high. It'll be like 80%. That's pretty much as high as you're ever going to imagine it's going to get in Rimworld, to be completely honest with you. That's really cool. Now, he's going to be really, really happy. Obviously, we do have to worry about Everqueen a little bit, because she's not being affected by that, and we do still have all these negatives, you know, unsightly environment where it's a bit of a shit tip. But we can deal with that as we go. Jerry King now almost finished the walls. We can get these bedrooms finished before the next nighttime. That would be... Oh, look at this. He's done it. Oh, Jerry King. You fool. Buried himself in the wall again. What is with you guys? Okay. Want to go ahead and prioritize working on wooden wall there. Please don't get yourself locked in again. Let's just keep an eye on him. Make sure he does it properly this time. There we go. Awesome. Going to finish some floors there in his own bedroom. That's so good. We've actually got 4 completely finished bedrooms there. Sweet. So they're going to get a decent night's sleep, which you'd be surprised how much that'll actually affect their mood. It's going to finish off the nice little bits of their floors as well there. Jerry King, you've basically single-handedly saved this colony, my friend. Today, progress has been made. Not as much as I'd have liked. We still haven't dealt with, as I said, fresh water. We've got some water, but it's probably stagnant underground water. We haven't got any food either. Big concern. Maybe something I should have prioritized a bit early on. But we have 4 bedrooms with a dresser. They've only got 1 set of clothes, so why have they got a dresser? I don't know. But they're going to be comfortable, and that's the main thing. That's going to keep their mood up, and that's the biggest killer in real life and in Rimworld. Take care of yourselves. And I would like to give a shout out to my patrons. All of my new patrons as well. I have the new list from Patreon because it's the first of the month. Sean Thornton, Danny Good, Zachary Harris, Jocelyn, Dean Tesla, Lucas Holting, Haydog, Crosis, Gabriel Vanders, Michael Mullen, Logan Thorne, Conspired C, James Ogilvy, Escape, and Jackson Widman at the very top tier there. Thank you all for your ridiculous generosity. And of course, everyone else is backed on Patreon as well. Thank you too. Brandon Matoniak, Felix Deal, Princess Ugly, The Dragon, Noblest, Quit Larchley, Zareven, Facundo Vasquez, Polmaster, Imperator Augustus, Jack Allen, Chancellor Chief Palpatine, I'm the Lizard King, Llewellyn Thomas, You're DeVries, Euphrates, Dunconia 217, Jordan Campbell, and Acero, I don't know how you say that. Get in touch with me on Discord and feel free to shout me out if I pronounce that wrong. Thank you all for your generosity. Hope you're enjoying series like this. We are still doing the 2 CK2 series as well. We're doing Japan, which is sort of turning into every other day because of how much extra work I'm having to put into that series because I'm making a mod, funnily enough. And obviously we've got Mad World as well. Mad World, I don't know where we're going to go with it. Mad World is dying, but I'll talk about that more in a future update video or something like that. The save game, she's very sick. But thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying Rimworld.